Today is Palm Sunday, that first day of Holy Week. It's a day that we call the triumphal entry, the day in which Jesus rides into Jerusalem. But it just looks a bit different as this king rides into the city. You see, typically, when a king rides into a city, they ride in on horses or chariots. This king, he rides in on a donkey. Kings, they were adorned in royal apparel, and yet this king, he wears clothes of a humble peasant. Kings, they had large armies that fought for them. And this king rides in alone, maybe followed by a few people. Kings, well, they rule people. We find out this king, he's come to serve. The kings, they were crowned with crowns of gold and gems. And soon we'll find this king, well, he's crowned with a crown of thorns. Kings were protected at all costs. And yet this king, he would soon come to die for the life of his people. It's just a unique way of looking at it. Today I want you to join me in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 21, verses 1 through 11, as we watch and we read through this triumphal entry story. It says, as they approached Jerusalem and came to Bethphage on a mountain of olives, Jesus sent two of his disciples, saying to them, go to the village ahead of you, and at once you will find a donkey tied there, with her colt by her. Untie them and bring them to me. If anyone says anything to you, tell them that the Lord needs them, and he will send them right away. This took place to fulfill what was spoken through the prophets. Say to the daughter of Zion, see, your king comes to you, gentle, riding on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a donkey. The disciples went ahead, did as Jesus had instructed them. They brought the donkey and the colt, placed their cloaks on them, and Jesus sat on them. A very large crowd spread their cloaks on the road, while others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. The crowds that went ahead of him and those that followed shouted, Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. When Jesus entered Jerusalem, the whole city was stirred and asked, who is this? The crowds answered, this is Jesus, the prophet of Nazareth in Galilee. I love that verse right there that says, who is this? It kind of captivated me this week as I was reading through it. I want you to think through it. Maybe make some room today in your life to ask the question, who is this to you? Who is this king, this Jesus, this Messiah to you? See, I don't believe Jesus rode into Jerusalem that day to proclaim and show off himself. He came, as he always did, to reveal the heart of God and to love and serve the people. So today I want you to ask, who is this? And not just who is this to you. If you say the words Jesus, then the next question would be, how are you revealing him to the world as Jesus revealed himself to the world? That is our job. Who is this king to you? God bless you today.